A government shutdown is looming. Tonight we'll hear from our local representatives about what it could mean for Long Islanders. You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Buffa. We'll have more on the shutdown in just a few moments, but first, LIRR riders will soon be paying more for their commute. The MTA approved a 4.4% increase to tickets. Tolls will climb by 7.5%. There will also be changes to ticket activation windows. Newsday transportation reporter Alfonso Castillo will break it all down in just a moment. And a Nassau police officer will not be facing charges in a crash that killed a 22-year-old pedestrian. The state attorney general's office says the officer had a green light when Morgan Solomon crossed the street. The report says the on-duty officer was not speeding, not using a cell phone, and was not impaired by drugs or alcohol. The crash happened in Wantagh last year. And the Post Ryder Cup cleanup is continuing at Bethpage Black. Crews began the breakdown right after the final putt on Sunday. Signage, furniture, and stands are all being taken down. The course is expected to reopen to the public by October 10th. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather, shall we? Had a pretty decent day today. We have another nice one tomorrow with sun pretty much all day long. We'll have that 7-day forecast for you, of course, later in the broadcast. Long Islanders are bracing for a government shutdown if Congress is unable to make an agreement by midnight. The main sticking points are health care and spending. Now, this would be the first shutdown in nearly 7 years. We spoke with Long Island lawmakers how likely there will be agreement tonight.
It's not looking very good. The Republicans have refused during the course of this year to negotiate. It's always been my way or the highway. I'm hoping that something can happen. Right now, the Republicans want to do it the way, my way or the highway, and the Democrats are saying, okay, everybody's health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof. On November 1st, you're going to get a notice. It's going to take place on January 1st. And we have to extend what are called the premium tax credits to reduce people's health insurance costs. Otherwise, people are going to see double-digit increases in their health insurance.
Right now, it sounds like there won't be an agreement by midnight tonight. It seems that the Senate has still not come to terms. They need 60 votes to pass the CR that already passed out of the House 2 weeks ago. But as of right now, it does not sound doesn't sound likely. But you never know; anything could happen.
So, what could a shutdown look like right here on Long Island?
There's about 31,000 federal employees who live on Long Island, multiple Coast Guard bases, air traffic controllers, seniors relying on putting in their Social Security claims, their Medicare issues. A government shutdown would be no good for any of us. My colleagues from the other side of the aisle are really tempting fate when they want to shut the government down to get their partisan priority through.
There are a lot of government workers on Long Island. I think I have over 10,000 federal employees in my district alone. It also means that the flood insurance program, the National Flood Insurance Program, will lapse tonight if there's no CR passed. So anybody on Long Island who has flood insurance, they're either trying to buy a house or sell a house to get a new policy, they won't be able to do that. So that's something this will specifically affect Long Island.
I just talked to an employee who's getting married on Friday, and they're not going to get their paycheck next week. So that's a problem. Then there's going to be thousands of people like that on Long Island that are affected as far as their jobs. They may have to go to work because they're essential workers, but they're not going to get their paychecks. And people's services are going to be affected.
Now you can read the latest updates, of course, at Newsday.com. Ticket rate hikes and other changes are coming for LIRR commuters. Newsday transportation reporter Alfonso Castillo explains.
You'll pay more for your Long Island Railroad ticket and have less time to use it. Beginning in January, the MTA board today voted to approve the latest fare and toll increase. It's going to raise the cost of Long Island Railroad tickets by about 4.4% and comes with a lot of other changes, one of the most notable of which is reducing the validity periods for one-way tickets from the current 60 days till just 4 a.m. the day after you purchase it. They're doing away with the round-trip ticket being replaced by a day pass to let you go back and forth as many times as you want. The 10-trip ticket also gone, being replaced by a buy 10, get one free e-ticket program.
Always painful to do fare increases, but I think this one is really structured in a way that responds to what we heard from the riders through the outreach process and preserves affordability, which is something that we're very proud of in the transit system.
Some improvements. The family fare now expanding eligibility from 11 years old all the way to 17 years old. Kids that age riding with an adult pay just $1. Disabled and senior fares finally going to be accepted during the morning peak. That's new. Bus and subway riders, the cost of a ride going to $3 from $2.90. A level that people have been kind of looking out for a long time. Finally got there, $3. And bridge and tunnel tolls also going up by about 7.5%. It all happens January 4th. In downtown Brooklyn for Newsday TV, I'm Alfonso Castillo.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Living on Long Island is expensive, especially for older folks looking ahead to retirement. On average, New Yorkers have about $670,000 saved for retirement. That's far short of the more than $1 million needed, according to online resource center Seniorly. Now, we spoke to Richard Drexler from West Babylon. He's mortgage-free and collects Social Security, disability, and a pension. But with inflation, he still tries to keep his spending in check.
I worry about the price of gasoline and utilities, but I seem to get by. I don't let it worry me too much. There's nothing you can do about it.
Joining us now to talk more about this is Newsday reporter Brianne Letta and financial expert Ed Slott. Thank you for being here. Brianne, I want to start with you first. Why does it seem like seniors are outliving their savings?
Well, people are just living longer to begin with. And here on Long Island, the life expectancy is higher than the national average. But people are also increasingly reliant on their own personal savings. There's been a decline in pensions, at least in the private sector, since the 1980s, and it's become far more common for people to use defined contribution plans, like a 401k, for example.
But the money question here for you, Ed, is what happens if someone runs out of money or they haven't saved enough? What are the consequences, and what can they do? What's the safest way to balance fixed income?
Well, people ask me, there's a different version of this question all the time. They say, how much will I need for retirement for the rest of my life? And I always answer that with another question. How much do you need? Tell me how much you spend, and then I'll tell you how much you need, because that's the number. Now, some people say they have to replace 60, 70, 80%. Some people say it's different for everybody of what their working income was. But at some point, if that runs out, you may have to take other measures. Many seniors do have mortgage-free homes. Maybe they could tap that equity with reverse mortgages and get some of the money out of there. That's exactly what that's meant for. Or if they don't have other savings, they may have to rely on family members or children, or move to a lower cost of living location, a lower state or city.
Yeah, a lot of seniors relocating and making a difference there. Thank you, Ed. Americans are living longer and their money has to stretch longer. Thank you for the advice. Our thanks to Brianne and Ed for joining us. You can read more about this story on Newsday.com.
Some Long Island drivers are bracing themselves for the possibility of more traffic, and they're not happy about it.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think we already have enough traffic. So I think it's going to create an issue.
Are you concerned?
Yes, because it takes more time to go to work.
So why could we be hitting the brakes? The Clean Pass program that allowed single occupant drivers in certain alternative fuel vehicles to use the HOV lane regardless of the number of occupants is ending.
You didn't know that you were allowed to drive in?
No, I didn't know that.
We met this Tesla driver from Brooklyn who says he didn't even know about the Clean Pass program.
I'm not familiar with that, so that is why I was following that rule still. I just don't want to fall into any trouble.
A spokesperson for the New York State DOT says the agency has been posting messages on overhead electronic signs to remind drivers the date the program is ending.
We've crunched the numbers and it looks like there's about 55,000 eligible vehicles on Long Island, either fully electric or partial hybrid electric vehicles. So imagine that number of vehicles not being able to use the HOV lane anymore and coming out into the normal flow of traffic.
We asked police in both counties about any changes once the program ends, and we're told HOV lane violations will continue to be enforced accordingly.
Drivers are being encouraged to check out carpooling as an alternative. For more information on that, you can go to 511 NY Rideshare.
Fewer cars in the HOV lane now might entice drivers who previously weren't keen on carpooling.
It's tough. It's hard to find connections, places to meet, ways to get together. There are a couple of programs that try to do that kind of thing, but I would say it's the mindset almost as much as the logistics.
Doreen Brown from Freeport told me she's grateful she doesn't drive that much anymore.
I've retired. I don't go to work anymore, so maybe that's why I'm so nonchalant. Okay. I feel it won't, in my mind, I feel it really won't affect me that much.
For Newsday TV, I'm Shari Einhorn.
At your heels, we're fixing shoes. At a little shoe repair shop in Wontal, 70-year-old Anushavan Sarkisyan is perfecting his craft as a cobbler, like he has for more than 50 years.
Air inside clean or glue clean.
The Armenian and Russian descendant says he doesn't speak much English, but will gladly show me and you what it takes to be a professional shoe repairman. From shining to tinkering, Anush says every pair gets his full attention, despite the numerous pairs he sees a day.
Next time 5 pair, next time 8 pair, 10 pair.
Every single day, 8-10 pairs? And each has its own story.
You open the area, you change laces.
Anush says he doesn't need much space to work. Just the right machines, the right materials, and the right touch. And like a song only he knows, Anush sways to his own tune. He agrees life as a shoe repairman takes steady hands and a bit of elbow grease, but it's a job he cherishes from his heart to his soul.
I love my work.
Ken Bufa, Newsday TV. And he's a great guy too. All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast, shall we? And we have some good news. It looks like, yes, we are staying dry. Temps in the mix of 70s, sometimes 80. Check out Monday, but we are dry. This are the best time of year because it's a little chilly in the morning, but it gets warmer in the evening. It's warm in the afternoon. You can go out for a walk. Temps aren't so bad. Favorite time of year.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Now, for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Just click Get More, the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Bufa. More news coming up.